Yeah, here's a prediction. No Harambe's. Uh, if I see a Harambe get in there and actually do well,
I
I
think
will
we'll see one. I
personally.
think we're gonna see one. One in three
You
games.
gotta be really, I don't think so. I don't think we will. It's too much gamble.
Too much gamble. All right. Well, we're gonna
Too much
probably
gamble.
start here a little bit early. I never thought we would start early, but I think we're here. Why not? Right? Let's get it going. Everybody ready?
I'm so ready. Let's get into this nonsense.
All right. I'm starting up the game now.
Eight players. Live. Here. 5/17/2026.
Leonardo da Vinci, artist, inventor, overall cool
So the
guy.
spectator, it looks like still kind of treats you as a player. So I'm only seeing what one person chose so far. It looks like, or it's just giving me a spectator hero.
I think it's giving us a default player that we're fixed on, and we're gonna be able to move around after they pick.
Yeah, I think so.
I hope.
Okay, so we're gonna jump around here.
Okay. Okay. I mean, honestly, we got a really
You got your
wild
Curie.
batch.
You got your Curie.
I know whoever did that really.
That's
That's
amazing.
quite. Now, Curie is amazing, actually, though. Like, honestly, I think it has more. She has more ways to get completely insane very quickly. But again, there is an RNG element to it.
This is insane. We have every single leader is unique.
Begin.
That's insane. I never.
Yeah, that
thought,
never happens.
I never thought that'd be like possible. All right. Well, not a lot to talk about here. These first rounds could
Oh,
be
there's so much to talk about.
true. These first
First
rounds
rounds,
could be really
everyone,
important
you know-
for some leaders more than others.
I
Sorry,
mean,
buddy,
we got a Da Vinci in this game. All right, I can tell you right now, that's going to be a wild ride.
For sure. Da Vinci's very, very wild. Beethoven as well. I mean, honestly, a lot of the leaders in this game, Wong can be very, very wild, especially as the game goes on. Curie is like pure chaos.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, let's.
Curie's a lot of fun. Interesting stuff here going on.
So Curie jumping. So that's the interesting thing is we see the board for Curie, but that can change so drastically throughout the game. But we do see the Napoleon boots and dinosaur fossils coming out right away. Very strong combination. Ooh, the whip plus the Blade of Ramses already coming out here for Big Luck Brian. That's a huge combo. Anything spicy?
Yeah, you'll notice. A lot of people are focusing on getting their passives lined up. Looks like about half the field is getting their passives lined up, and the other ones are more experimenting with those really powerful early game actives like Tommy Gun.
Yeah, Tommy Gun can carry quite a few rounds for sure. Over here, CK looking like they're going for the Lunar Laser Plague. Oh, this is a really strong combo for Wong. Lunar Laser, you can go a lot of different directions. Plague Mask, it's kind of like you're either going mana scaling or health scaling. And then the Cursed Visage, if you can get that cooldown down, you're getting multiple of them. It's huge. So that's going to be really interesting to see if he can what he ends up running with later. Already level 3 Devil's Bible out here for Nubby. Very, very powerful
I
item.
saw that. I saw that. We're definitely going to see some big dinosaur claws coming out on that one, right?
Yep. The potty, the porcelain throne on the anaconda, or sorry, on the cobra, can be really, really big. It's definitely one of the better ones if you can get it scaled up. It's okay if you can't get it scaled up, but when you get it late, I believe that max health damage per second does scale. So once you get to level 5, it can be really insane. Also, the juicy on that is just super powerful. There's a lot of things you can do with that. So who are you looking at right now, D? Who are you focusing on to see how
I mean, right now, this is all really, the first few rounds are never really that interesting, frankly. It's where you take them. It's where we go from there. It's where forming that base is really important, but we don't have a lot of the synergies hitting together yet. Some of these players are going to start, aggressively tearing up their heroes or leaders.
Yeah, so I'm a bit of a Xerxes specialist, and for me, Xerxes is... These early rounds are really important because you don't want to fall too far behind. Xerxes kind of like ramps up as the game progresses. If you fall too far behind, you're not really able to chase those juicies that you need, and you need to kind of stabilize, and that really throws off your momentum. So Rock Party's probably going to need to try to get some wins as soon as possible. Otherwise, it's going to be feeling a little bit rough. I got to talk a little bit about the DBGBOH over here. What he ends up going with. There's so many different ways he can go with this, but Zulu Necklace obviously can be really, really strong. Dinosaur Fossil is one of my favorite things for touring, as you can just get such an amount of scrapability. Or the Cobra. Okay, we get the Tesla coil coming out in the Cobra, so that's what most people really look for in this Cobra right now. In that the damage over time element can proc the coil.
That's how I use coil too, just not on a Cobra. Heyo. I love to pair it with stuff like Philo Stone and anything with a 1 second damage tick, and that thing makes a lot of sense. But it is probably one of the most popular Cobra options. And the best part about it, unlike a lot of the other Cobra stuff, doesn't make you go up to tier 3 shop at any point in the game.
Yeah, that's a really good point to bring up. Is are we going to be seeing people go for alts, or are we going to see kind of the standard meta of sitting on level 2 shop? I personally hate in both theme and playing the level 2 shop, so I always try to avoid it. But a lot of players stick with that level 2 shop just to try to get juicies and get higher tier non-ultimate abilities.
And that's really the problem, Why dilute your pool? It's bad. It's bad for you. So, I got to tell you, I think that's game mechanics, man. Like staying on 2. I stay on 2 most of the time now. It depends on who I'm playing, but
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they do something about that. We have a patch coming tomorrow. Cleopatra, at least the current version of Cleopatra, is probably gonna be changed or nerfed. There has been some reference to that already. So, patch day tomorrow is going to really make this tournament kind of set this meta in stone. That's one thing I'm really excited about, is we're going to have kind of this little slice of this meta that will more or less always be there for people to look back for.
Like, I love ultimates, of the concept of ultimates. Just going to tier 3 shop, for me, I don't know, I'd say like 80 to 90% of the games today that I play, I don't want to do it, because it's just going to dilute my pool. I'm not going to get a benefit from having the new stuff in there. I don't get a new rack of items on that tier 3 upgrade, right? So it's not actually adding to my visibility or anything. It's just making the game harder for me.
See, I go a very different direction. I love ultimates. It is the point of it for me is when I actually get them. I want to try to chase certain things to a certain point, and then I upgrade my shop. Sometimes it goes later than others, but ultimates, I personally think they still are quite strong.
They're strong, but you have to take a really big sacrifice to get them. And I don't think in a game like this, where it's a bunch of like wired, amazing players, you're setting yourself up to a really dangerous scenario where you get bounced out 8 if you try something like that.
Yeah, and I do agree the juice is not always worth the squeeze. I think that ults need a little bit of love, personally, to make them feel a little bit better, but I do think that they're still viable. It really just depends on the pool, what's there. I mean, ults are one of the best ways to just get CC. There aren't a lot of AoE CC non-ultimates, so the Orca Fossil, the Persian Cat, the boat, like these things do have really, really high impact.
I mean, the boat's huge. The boat's always been huge. Yeah. All right.
For sure. Claw Machine, Execute, like there's a lot of really, really high impact ults.
Execute is incredible. Execute can fill in your gap. A lot of people, everybody in this game knows that, but you can fill in mana problem gaps with the.
Oh yeah, huge. One really underrated, I think, ultimate is Head of Hypnos. Anyone who's a Dota player, it's basically Bane ultimate, and it can basically stop an assassin dead in their tracks, and it pierces Unstoppable, which is the biggest thing. So even if they have Unstoppable, they jump your backline, and you basically just long CC them. Now, the downside of it is a channel ability, similar to Orca Fossil, so if that unit does get interrupted, it stops, but it can be a really, really good way of protecting your backline.
Well, we're starting to see the game shape up here,
Yeah, absolutely.
I like how the Cleo is building. It's basically, this is very close to like one of my setups. Obviously, there's a lot of extra stuff on the 3rd tier unit right now, but like there's some really good combos being set up and put in place here.
Yeah, still a lot of Tesla coils in the pool to steal, so that can really shape up as well. Rock Party's starting to get some wins under his belt, so maybe able to stabilize this a little bit. Let's see, kind of, he's going for a hand of Ramses.
I don't know. Rock Party, listen, okay. Rock Party currently has a Viking Runestone giving him absolutely 0 mana. That's a problem. Okay.
I don't.
There's no
I
mana.
mean,
There's no mana ability fueling that thing.
just the block.
Hey, if it's working, it's working.
Just the
If it's
block
working,
helps.
it's working.
I'm not gonna say I don't always use Viking Runestone. For
Listen,
mana.
I see a Zulu necklace sitting down there, begging to be in this build somewhere, and it's just calling out to me. You know, it's like when you see a burger that it needs a slice of cheese. You know, you
This
see
is
these
a
other
Xerxes
components.
build, okay? You don't need Zulu's necklace. You're gonna have all the damage. Now, grass cutting
Listen,
sword.
in my world, you always need Zulu necklace. All right? Zulu
I would
necklace
personally pick
is
up
a-
the grass cutting sword.
Spend
or-
your gold.
Yeah, you know, I don't play Xerxes Rock Party, so definitely don't listen to us.
Yeah, I think the Zulu's necklace or the grass cutting
No.
sword over the Zulu's necklace. Me personally,
Zulu
but
necklace is a tier 1 item that can kill everyone on the opposing team. All right, that's what you need to know about Zulu necklace.
okay, what you need to know is that Xerxes does that, and he doesn't need a Zulu's necklace. Okay, you just need to keep that unit alive and let him ramp. That's all you need. Okay, not to get into too deep down this rabbit hole, but
Yeah, I think we're dialing way too hard. We're affecting Rock Party's gameplay here. He put the Zulu necklace on that guy, and I don't know if he wanted to do that. You know, I'm just a commentator. All right, I'm up in the stands eating popcorn. Actually, I'm gonna whip up a big old burger here. This is gonna be a burger game. You know what I'm saying?
So let's look at Resonance right now. He does have Unstoppable Celtic Axe into the Tommy gun. I do like that quite a bit. Jumps in, can't be CC'd except for something that pierces, and just shoots the Tommy gun probably into the backline.
You know, look what I see 15 Kevlar vests in that pool, and I'm telling you, that's 15 too many, because Kevlar vest, I think, is the most rigged thing out there.
That's crazy to me, for sure. Rock Party,
Even if you just use it as a positioning tool, it's just the dumbest thing out there, man. Like, it can change an entire fight.
If you're listening, get a Kevlar. Get a Kevlar.
You know, you can actually just... I've been experimenting with just, like, Kevlar up.
Begin.
Just putting a guy right in front with Kevlar, just trigger it immediately, and just watch the guy get evaporated. You know?
Oh yeah, if you get a tank, if you get the stun and the physical armor, throw it on an ultra tank, it's incredibly good. It's one of the few ways that I like running Riot Shield. I don't really like Riot Shield too much, but if you get Riot Shield with the super that allows it to give 16 armor right away, and then the Kevlar vest gives 30% of your armor to the rest of your team, that's a really good combination for just filling out like Inca vest plus that can really just make your whole team feel great.
Oh, you know what I also like? I know we're stuck on Rock Party's screen here, but I just keep seeing stuff that I like. 17 out of 18 bazookas. People don't like bazooka. I think you get bazooka early and you lean into it. It's fascinating to watch just evaporate teams.
I am also a bazooka believer, but I will say it's not the best in the current meta at high level, in my opinion. It depends on the draft. This is actually a pretty good bazooka game. There aren't really too many things that make it feel incredibly bad to me, but I've been burned a lot with the bazooka, personally.
Sounds like a skill issue.
I love the bazooka, okay? That's the only way I would run Cleopatra, is bazooka snakes. I love it, but Vlad is basically the hero Vladimir. Leader makes it feel incredibly bad because his thing guarantees the proc, so you can't kill him with bazooka, and then it just kills you anyway. And yeah, there's some issues, but overall I do love the idea. Resonance is on quite the hot streak.
Hey, Regular, thanks for joining us today. We got a big day, a big tournament going here. This is the inaugural, all right? I'll probably be on screen for the next one. We're just kind of like figuring things out today. This is a really interesting start, though. Such incredible like leader diversity in this first match.
I know. I'm really shocked that we got all 8 unique leaders. That is incredible. All right, so let's look. Let's kind of look around here. We do have level 3 leader. No one's on. Oh wait, no, Nubby's on level 3 shop right now with Murni Curie. Let's see what alts he might be hunting here. Hope Diamond at level 8 right now, so that's pretty huge. That is actually one of the best juicies in the game, in my opinion. Situationally, of course. If you're not against really right clickers, it's not that good, but that is such an insanely powerful juicy.
I mean, no, Hope Diamond is I think actually incredibly. Not in a group of players like this, obviously, but I think a lot of players read that and find it really confusing at first when it's actually, again, like Kevlar, you can completely screw up your opponent's setup with that item.
Yeah. The problem with that
wash
item
your whole team.
just being that it only gives physical, and that if gets one shot, then they just get one shot by spell damage. But
Poor Leonardo da Vinci taking a couple of hits here.
yeah, Leonardo can always kind of find his footing late, but obviously you don't want to start this far behind on most leaders. Not a lot that feel great coming this far behind, but Leonardo is at least one that can. Rock Party getting a win here. Very interesting running Ankh on the right-click unit. A little bit more time to do damage, but
Hey, listen, we've given Rock Party a lot of crap this game for his build, but, you know, he's getting creative over there. He's experimenting.
No, I love it. I love it. You know, I think Rock really wanted to go for this Blade of Ramses, Hand of Ramses build, which is quite strong. I think the only problem is that Blade of Ramses is very contested in this pool, so having to audible is such a huge part of this game. You need to kind of change things up. When not working for you, it's always challenging to do. I'm liking this bow, though. If this bow gets up high enough, maybe you can switch over to the bow, go more of a backline build on Xerxes. He is level 4 leader right now, so that's the interesting thing about commentating on these games is you kind of have to talk about the bottom players a little bit more than the top players because the bottom players might be out, and that's where the really high impact matches lie.
The bottom players are the ones taking risks, right?
Yeah.
I believe it's referred to as selling the blood, you know?
Yeah, selling the blood.
Taking early game damage for late game payoff, and with some of these characters that are down there right now, like, you know, like Beethoven.
Masterpiece.
Beethoven can feel great, but Beethoven can also feel terrible. Like,
That's a note.
a lot like Harambe in that regard, where you got to get those rolls going.
Okay, so this is interesting. The guillotine, he did go for the temporarily gain increased health based on how much damage is dealt. And having dog tags now, like this unit could actually get really, really tanky with dog tags, Tesla radio, Devil's Bible going for the... the relic power with max mana, like this unit could end up doing a ton of damage. Now, you're really just relying on the Tesla radio to do damage in guillotines, but...
Tesla radio with guillotine is like, that is such an extremely powerful... The problem is... Sorry, Brian, I don't think you're going to survive to get this combo online, but it is ridiculous. No, it's so powerful, right? Like, that is crazy.
Do carry on.
Like, those two skills together are just a team wiper, right?
Yeah, I hope it works out, because I'd really like to see this going late. It's a very, very cool build. But being this far behind, you know, you don't have a lot of room for error, but I'm hoping that this can kind of work out, because I do want to see this kind of scale up. At the top right now, we do have Cleopatra. Shocking to no one. Cleopatra,
Shocking.
Obviously.
Cleo winning games, never seen it.
I know. But, I mean, Lincoln doing so well early, like, Resonance could really be a very big factor.
Got your back, citizen.
Once again, I'm looking at Dog. Let's look at Dog here.
No, he's playing a classic Lincoln. You know, you get to 3 first for that nice 20% chance pop. You get your things in place. And then guess what? The best thing about playing Lincoln is the game comes together for you. It's going to. All you got to do is survive.
Okay,
So when you get a lead with Lincoln, it's just beautiful, you know?
This is very funny to me that the Scepter probably wasn't really wanting the Scepter to get too many levels because he went Aura Scepter, but it seems like the Lincoln just keeps giving him Scepter levels, so now he kind of has to. One thing that's really interesting is he puts with the Tommy Gun. I don't think Scepter does anything with Tommy Gun. Okay, now he switches over to the Divine Diadem. Diadem?
It's Diadem.
Diadem. Okay, I knew I was saying that wrong, but I just wanted to make sure.
Begin.
Okay, I want to jump over to Dog, because Dog is going a really, really crazy build with this Aztec Sunstone already juicing, and then he has the chance of double casting that, which means that
Oh god,
600
yeah,
DPS.
Believe me, I know how sick that is. I've been on the receiving end of a lot of the broken Turing stuff. You know, and that's the fun thing about Turing, right? You can break them so many ways.
Yeah,
But
they weren't shy with Turing, that's for sure.
That's the thing, you know. A hard CC, I didn't see that last round, but you know, Turing is typically very weak against that kind of stuff. You know, shut down the combo.
So I really wonder how the math goes with Aztec Sunstone, because 65% of damage taken. If you multicast that, and you're delaying 130% damage, like depending on how that's coded, that could get really weird. And you're delaying.
I mean, depending on how it's coded, you can like instantly kill the entire enemy team.
But I mean, if you're delaying more than 100% damage, like how does the game take that into consideration? Are you actually taking more damage? Like that,
you probably can't delay more than 100%.
Yeah, I mean, if it's capped, that's probably the best thing. If it's uncapped, like I feel like that could actually be a detriment, because you're not gonna. It's not going to delay more than 100%, but that dot could be more than the equivalent of 100% damage taken. So that, I really am curious about how that's coded. Watch your dog right now. Jumps
Well, if there's anybody that can find out, it's you.
Okay, dog, this is doing really well. Full HP, but that hook crystal's coming out from Xenu. Yeah, it looks like dog's going to drop this round here. Okay, Da Vinci.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? You can get a juicy wheel with a multicast, and still, you know.
Yeah, this is looking like it's gonna be.
All right, we got some characters on the bubble here.
Rock.
Rock Party and Big Luck Brian are both in kind of scary territory here.
Yeah, Big Luck Brian though, he's close to getting this second super on the dog tags. I'd be really interested to see what he goes here. If he tries to go the Explode on Death, to just basically tank up a lot of damage, explode, or if he goes for the cleanse, he would need another unit to survive long enough to make that explosion worthwhile. So that's going to be really interesting to see. He did win last round, so there is a chance. Okay, I'm going to look over at this Wong to see what Wong's cooking right now. Lunar Laser, Boomerang, classic stuff with the Fossil and the Codex. This is actually a really, really strong Wong draft. If he gets this Boomerang to Juicy, I think it might be his game to lose.
Yeah, maybe. That is a really sick... That's a very stacked caster up there.
Yep. I'm going to look and see how this is playing out for him right now up against W and Marine Curie.
Yeah, Marie Curie is just insane, though. Look at
Yeah, this might go
We'll
her way,
give you incredible items. Can you use them? Yes.
That caster needs to get out. Okay, yeah,
Ooh.
there it goes. All right, so...
That was real close. Real close.
A really interesting thing about this build is if these Dinosaur Fossils get to level 3, not a right click.
We are down to 7. I hate the... Ding, ding, ding. We got an alert. One's out.
All right, Rock Party. First one out here on the Xerxes. Xerxes is such a feast or famine leader. It's like when you can get a combo going, it can feel so good. When you can't get that combo going, it can feel really bad. And I know that firsthand, because I am a Xerxes spammer. Love the hero, but not always. Not always.
I'm a big fan of Beethoven myself, so let's see how his situation's going.
So Dog's having a little bit of trouble here. The DBGBOH. Let's see kind of what he's trying to do with this. If he's going to stick with this strat or if he's going to try to change something up. He does have the Inca and drums trying to give this, but he's not getting that unstoppable drums would probably be really big. So that's probably one of the many things he's looking for right now.
All right, this Cleo is doing Cleo things. As you can expect, we got a tier 7 commode on on the snake.
Wow. The DBGBOH
was
is
quite
worth
embarrassing for
CK
you.
on that Wong. So definitely this draft is still working out for him. It's just really matchup dependent, I think, right now.
Yeah, it goes back to what I asked myself, you know, every morning when I wake up. Do you want 1 AoE stun and damage or 2 AoE stuns and damage?
Why not 3?
And Cleopatra has the answer to this question.
How hungry are you? Okay, so Big Luck Brian right now on his last legs, but Tesla Radio's almost juicy. Same with dog tags. Like
juicy?
This unit is ramping pretty hard. Let's see if this can really work out. Maybe. I'm honestly wondering if this should be.
I know that unit is going to be hilarious. Like it's so fun. it's like a meme right there. Yeah, but it will be awesome.
But honestly, this Ranger, we got Terracotta, juicy already with cannons, hourglass, and bow. Like this is kind of the probably doing a little bit more than you would expect, in my opinion.
For those of you who don't know what Terracotta Juicy does, it gives you a free soldier every 2 seconds, which is absolutely nuts.
Yeah, really big. Let's look over at Marie Curie. Unfortunately, doesn't.
I'm watching.
Like
oh no! I'm watching Beethoven's title bout against Cleo here. This could be it.
This could be it. Okay, Tesla Radio's in the back line, looking pretty good. A lot of units dying, but this is the only unit that really matters. But not killing
it is the only unit that matters, but it's not doing enough. It's not doing enough.
It's not doing enough damage. First execute will likely go down here, but nope.
You called it. The audience hears it.
Yeah, too bad for Big Luck Brian.
Shout out to you, Brian. I like the Beethoven's one of my faves. Well played.
That was a very. Ooh, I don't want to accidentally leave this game here. That was a really fun build, Brian. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, you went for it, okay? And everybody knows what could have happened there if you would have gotten those things juiced up. That would have been sick.
Yeah, swing for the fences, right? Okay, Dog very close to this juicy Napoleon, a really big one. Let's see what he goes for. Okay, reduce cast time and the silence. I'm really kind of curious about that because he's casting all the abilities first, so I'm not really sure how impactful that reduced cast time is going to be, but I guess that's a passive, right? So the combo does go off a little bit faster. I was thinking that you had to use it first, so I'm wrong there. Yeah, that could actually help just get that combo off a little bit faster.
We got a big Cleo in this game. Who knew?
Who knew? Potty's at level 7.
I didn't expect to see any Cleos today here in this tournament on the tournament scene. Cleo? No way.
That's a very good point. The ult power does absolutely nothing, so really no choice. Well,
The Lincoln may have flown too close to the sun too. You know, that'll happen.
Juicy!
yeah, that will happen. Does get the juicy Blade of Ramses, but this is a really interesting thing in my opinion. The Blade of Ramses with Kevlar. I see a lot of people run it, but you're not actually taking hits while Kevlar'd, so you're not really Blade of Ramseying. It does help obviously not get one shot, but I see a lot of people run it. I see a lot of good players run it, and that's kind of where I'm like, I personally like to run like Harambe's code or Hammurabi's code and dog tags and just like super tank passes with it.
I like the Blade. I've come around at a big time, especially since it's always available. Nobody's ever taken that out of the pod. You ever notice that?
Blade of Ramses? Are you out of your mind?
That thing is criminally underpicked.
Out of
all right?
your mind?
The supply line
it's like
to
always,
win the war.
It's always
That
contested.
thing is always available.
You're-
18 deep.
You're crazy. That thing is never available.
Oh man.
I say a week ago
Unfortunately,
it was
Marie
available.
Curie, I think Marie Curie, Lincoln, and Turing are all in very great danger right now.
Ooh, dog is just this unit is
A pleasure.
super
Nothing
strong.
in life is to be
All right,
feared.
so we do have our
It is
third out.
well
Things are moving quickly
executed.
suddenly. Dog on his last legs, but okay, he does have the prayer wheel. Juicy, that's huge. 40% max health and 15% damage, and it makes units that they attack take 15% more damage. I guess that doesn't really
boy.
help because this unit's disarmed, but
Juicy!
Yeah, you know, Anaconda, that's the thing. That's the thing with Curie, you know?
yeah, so much of it does come down to the slime, for sure. Oh, that is a really tough slime. Boxing robes and the diadem. That's tough. All right, we haven't really talked about Da Vinci, really. Da Vinci's a really... Honestly, I'm going to completely be honest. I don't really know how Da Vinci works super well. I've read the things, but I'm not super familiar with him.
Juicy!
Oh, he's fantastic if you can get him there.
Yeah, we do have 4 juicies, and 2 of them are only on level 3, so...
But as you see, obviously he had quite a tumultuous early game and is now on the bubble, despite having 4 juicies.
Begin.
Yeah, and that Hope Diamond been sitting there at level 8 almost this entire game. Like, up against Resonance here. Let's see who wins this, because one of these 2 should be out, unless that's a ghost. I'm not really sure if one of them is a ghost or not, but
Yeah, we could have a ghost, I don't know.
yeah, this is
Ghost
looking
situation.
like it's gonna go Abraham's way. Resonance
Even in defeat.
knocks.
See, there it is, you know?
Juicy.
And that Lincoln, the Lincoln is on the bubble now too. The Lincoln is 1 away, and believe me, I've been in this scenario.
I mean, everyone's
You get-
basically 1 away other than Cleo. Like, anybody could get knocked out if they get
Juicy.
wiped.
Not the Cleo. I think the Cleo is in good shape.
Well, yeah, other than the Cleo.
I'm gonna go out on a
other
limb
than
here
Cleo.
and say that the Cleo is doing really well right now.
And the tough thing is Cleo is 1 away from the Porcelain Throne Juicy,
Yes.
which is terrifying.
I know.
But very
That's the
surprising.
craziest part about this is the Cleo only has 1 juicy right now.
Yeah, very surprising.
Can
This
you
Cobra
say
isn't
juicy?
being leveled up. I think that is kind of meta to not really invest too heavily into it. But, okay, they didn't go the dot. So I've seen people go the dot part of the Porcelain Throne and then level up their snakes all the way. So you get the max health as damage per second. And I'm pretty sure that gets doubled, which turns into 12% max health as damage per second per snake, which is crazy.
That's pretty wild.
Over here at Resonance got that Kevlar up in front, doing a little bit of tanking. This could go either way, but Wong, that backline caster is going to be a problem. Getting these lunar lasers out, it's looking a little spooky over here for Resonance. Ooh, it's too many chickens. I don't think.
Hey,
see
I
this
got an
one going
announcement.
this way.
Yep, Cleo just hit the tier 9 commode.
flies high
Yep.
tonight.
Yep. Okay, Wong's still in. Dog? Okay, Cleo just dropped the game, but you're right. That now is a Porcelain Throne Juicy. That's tough. So we're going to have two of those monsters crawling around. The stink monsters crawling around.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you say juicy?
Ooh. So this is now really, really big. This is a combo that's actually really crazy. Tibetan Prayer Wheel makes it so that any unit they attack take 15% more damage for 6 seconds. Now the Mason Chain, the Juicy, attacks all enemies every second. So basically all enemies on the board, because this radius is so big, are likely going to be taking 15% more damage now because of the Tibetan Prayer Wheel and the Mason Chain. Still chasing after that Napoleon Boots Juicy. That would be a big one for Dog.
Let's go.
All right, I'm going to watch Wong here, see what Wong can do with this backline caster. Boats coming into the backline, the Dog jumping in back with the Mason Chain. Everybody's dying. Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? We've all seen this before. Those
That
of you
one
watching at home, you've all seen the toilet story, the Cleopatra Adventure. Okay, it's available now.
I was watching
Wherever great movies are sold.
DBGBOH, and DBGBOH, I think, might be coming back.
Okay, I just saw the.
Okay.
Yo, Cleopatra actually just took an L.
Yeah,
I can't believe
from
this.
the ghost of a dead man, the literal ghost of Wong, who's dead from Dog.
A bit more
I think this
functionality
might
never hurt.
be a comeback for the Sentries here, with Dog sitting on 31 HP, coming back. David versus Goliath taking down the big old Cleo.
It definitely happened.
Let's hear. What do you-
Turing is a big question mark. You know.
I'm taking Turing to take this one. Are you gonna go Cleo? Who do you think's gonna win this one?
I'm actually gonna. You know what? 30. No. I'm gonna take Turing.
Okay, chat.
That
What
is
do you
an
guys think?
that is an absurd legendary lineup on that assassin. It's not going to be close, man. Those things are going to proc, and the entire screen is going to go away.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. So the Viking Runestone is interesting. A lot more HP. The Celtic Axe doing a good amount of damage here, but in the backline, Mason Chain, everything.
Okay, that was quite embarrassing for you.
Yeah, I think this is I think
Exactly as I said.
I think Dog cooked pretty hard. The DBGB OH is looking like he's gonna take this one, as that unit is now just truly insane.
It is.
Now that
That's a little army wipe, okay?
Now that Napoleon Boots is juicy, this whole juicy character is truly insane. I'm trying to think of like what can you even do. Positioning doesn't matter because he's just gonna. The reduced cast time is actually really impactful. Much more impactful than I realized this was gonna be.
Yeah, you'd have to get CC before and after almost, and it would be very difficult to lock that unit down.
Yeah, and there just really isn't a lot of CC on the board over here from Zemio. The Porcelain Throne is really one of the only things. We do have Cannon Tommy Gun, which can be really good, but I don't see that being enough. This unit, let's see, he has the bullets range and the bullets travel through enemies, but this unit dies instantly. Like, there is no chance for this unit to really do anything. I think he's going to have to do some really crazy positioning right now to have a chance, and I don't know what that would be. I think this...
There's no chance, Catchy. In my mind, there's no chance.
I agree with you. I'm not going to say that, okay? I'm not going to say that. That's tough. That is absolutely tough. What do you want me to do? Say it's over? Everyone just go home?
I mean, you can say whatever you want. Hey, I'm supposed to call it like I see it, right? That's
Hey guys, show's over. Nothing to see here. Everybody go home.
I mean, hey, it was a great game regardless. We had 8 unique characters, which I didn't expect to see at all.
Yeah. And
a lot of different strategies on display.
And the one that we all expected to probably be the one that wins looks like it won't be. So that's pretty cool too. 8 unique characters. And,
that is true.
And a comeback for the ages from the Turing, who it looked like it was... I mean, Turing was really low HP almost this entire game. So DBGB up against the ropes. Not phase. Comes back swinging. I'm trying to see if there's anything on this board that could really change things. Like, if this were me, I might just go Desperation Alts here and just try to get some form of CC. Maybe like a backline. Oh, it's banned. I was going to say the backline head of Hypnos that could maybe just end up grabbing that unit and holding him down long enough to kill it. Because, I mean, this unit isn't insanely tanky. The Aztec Sunstone helps, but that damage still does get applied over a dot, right? Like... Here we go, jumping in, Mason Chain, wiping out everybody. No mercy, no hold.
I love it how you're sitting over here trying to think when it's the equivalent of having like a cannon pointed at your face, point blank.
Yeah, I mean,
There's nothing you're gonna be able to do to get out of this situation, okay?
you know, I'm going down swinging. All right, brother D.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm going down swinging.
Well, brother D believes that you are. Yes, in this game, there's no way to do it otherwise.
All right, Aztec Sunstone, super. Let's see, what game-changing thing. All right, we do have the Relic Lifesteal and the Napoleon Boots with the Tesla Coil and the Dinosaur Fossils. I think those Dinosaur Fossils last about 0.5 seconds with that Mason Chain coming through, so I don't know if this is going to have any impact, but Ankh Duel would work. That's a good point. Ankh Duel is really interesting. You'd have to have alts to get Ankh Duel, but that is something. Ankh Duel, Head of Hypnos, I think are the two things that I would look to counter this kind of like backline jumper. But Head of Hypnosis, you know, there's no guarantee that unit gets stunned and it's over. But then again, the mace is so big, it would just kill the unit, so that doesn't even work actually. I think about it, you need to keep rest range, you need something, and I won't even bother trying to hype cast this one because it's all over. The DBGB OH with the victory. Let me.
What a game! What a game!
Okay,
You know, I think that really just showcases like the incredible breadth and depth that this game has to offer. You know what I mean?
I do. I need to go back and look at the actual winners here. Okay, we have Dog in first, Zimio in second with 7 points. Then we have CK with 5. And then Resonance with 4. Zinyu with 3. Nubby 2.
Yeah, yes, CK Dota, you got me good on that one. That is very funny. Hey, if we take the Cleo out of it, all right, let's hey. Halfway through that game, I thought the Cleo was gonna win, and so did you. All right. So you know, things can happen.
Called out.
Things
Getting
can
called
happen.
out. I love it. Okay, getting the next lobby up. All right, it's gonna be the same password, same name, guys. I'm gonna just name it 2, just in case there's any differences, and everything's the same. CATCHY Cup 2, same password. If you guys remember, if you don't, you can go back and look in the Discord.
Hi, regular. Thanks for joining us today. We're having a really, really interesting inaugural tournament here.
Hey, DBGBOH Dog, do you want to hop in chat? I can drain you into the streaming channel. I'd like to get your thoughts on that game while we get this lobby on. Do you wanna
Whoa,
hop in
live
for
interviews?
One minute interview.
Wow, I didn't even expect that. This is Catchy's thought of everything for this.
It's optional, Dog. If you don't want to do it, you know, I want to at least talk to the winner of the overall event, but it would be cool to just have, while we're getting the lobby set, you can hop in any voice channel, Dog, if you're able. I'll drag you into our streaming channel and get your thoughts on that game. No pressure if you don't feel like it. You can also just type in chat. I'm putting you on the spot, I know. Don't feel like you need to. All right, here we go. Dog coming in. All right, Dog. So what were your thoughts on that game? How did it feel coming back? Feel good?
Yo, it felt fucking amazing.
Love it.
I was like, okay, maybe this build isn't as unfair as I remember it. I haven't played this in a while. Maybe it just isn't unfair. But then I realized I did not have the conga drum super yet. And I literally had no attack damage on my guy because I had no monkey's paw or anything. I was like, oh, I'm actually stupid in the head.
Well, once that Tibetan prayer wheel came out with that juicy, that you just, yeah, it was kind of unbeatable at that point. It felt like.
Yeah. The Aztec Sunstone was kind of weird though. I was thinking about the fact that like, if it multicast twice, does this thing actually kill me faster? Like
That's what I was wondering. I was wondering the same thing.
Some rounds, like my guy like barely, whatever. It was super clutch, and the final guy alive on the enemy team, and suddenly my guy's like, okay, I'm gonna start dying now. Fucking the hell, ticking down so damn fast.
All right, dog. Well, thank you for the kind words. We're going to jump back into the game, so I'm going to kick you out of here. But good luck on the next
Yep.
game. Good game.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to start it up. You ready, Brother D?
After last game, I got here this morning, cup of coffee in hand, and I was just like, we're gonna see a couple of good games. I was very surprised what we saw that game. So I'm really interested to see what our players are gonna do here in game 2.
All right, leaderboard has been updated. You can see it on the screen. You can see the point totals. We're jumping into game 2 right now. And I think we're going to take just a very brief 5-minute pause between game 2 and game 3 so I can kind of try to let everybody in the Relic Arena Discord know that we are going into the final match of the day. Let's take a look at what heroes are in the pool right now.
This is just a brief thing. We got to do a whole day event, Catchy. I'm ready for that, man. I got my morning coffee here.
That's why I'm saying maybe we up it into 16 for the next one, whether it's the top or we wait till the next open, but we'll see. I want to look at the ban list real quick. Let's take a look at the ban list real quick.
Yeah, let's take a look at the ban list.
So not a
Significant
ton.
bans. The Tesla radio is out. Tommy gun is out. The Aztec stone is out.
I mean,
those are big ones.
I don't think this is a bad
Jaguar
ban
Claw.
list. I mean, the taunt hurts. For me, Celtic X hurts, but I don't think a lot of people. Boomerang could be a really big ban for sure, but other than that, like, I don't see huge bans. I don't see huge bans personally. All right, let's look at the heroes. Do we have all unique again? Is this?
We
are
do.
You kidding me? Dude,
we have an Isaac Newton in this one, bro. What the hell?
We didn't,
and a Harambe. We have a Harambe.
I called it. I said one Harambe. Thank you, Big Luck Brian, for making that happen. I think Brother Dina owes me a dinner.
Only if he places.
Well, wins the first one. That's big. All right, so a lot of returning faces we saw. We saw the Da Vinci. We actually, oh no, we don't. We have 2 Da Vincis. I got thrown off because of the turtle.
Yeah, we got
skin.
2 Da Vincis.
Yeah, so not all unique, but pretty darn close. 7 unique heroes are leaders, I should say.
Well, who do you think the favorite is out of this field right now?
I mean, it's hard to not say.
I know. Hey, I know. It's
the DBGBOH after last game. It's hard not to say, but obviously we got some heavy hitters in here, and Zinyu looked really strong that whole game. It was Zinyu, right? I'm not crazy. No, I'm so bad at pronouncing things.
Hey, that's a tough name to pronounce, all right? I wasn't gonna try it.
Yeah, I will always try. All right, I'll embarrass myself all day long. I have no problem. All right, Tesla radio with Cursed Visage is really strong. Any dot really is really strong. So that's a big combo right away. Harambe. I'm going to be really interested to see. So one of the meta ways to play Harambe is basically just to like sell everything and get Harambe to level 5 as quickly as possible.
I mean, yeah, that's in my opinion, that's the only way you can play him. Because if you don't have free bananas, you will always be behind, and you'll never have a chance to take the lead.
So it's going to be interesting to see kind of when Big Luck Brian really starts pushing these upgrades. I think in the streamer tournament, I forget who played him, but they had at round 6, they had level 5 Harambe.
He's doing all the normal Harambe things right now. You see that he's got the extra inventory gets filled up with stuff that you can sell to get that leader level up there quickly.
Yep.
But you don't always play him that way, especially in this field. Again, the better players you play, the worse Harambe feels to play generally, because they're not going to give you any breathing room, and you're going to be taking very serious damage. And then by the time you do come online, you basically are put to the test every single game for your tournament lifeline.
Okay, so Resonance does have the Tezzafel Snake, already leveled 2, so Resonance being on the bottom should be able to recover decently here. We'll probably see Resonance move up towards the top with this Snake doing a lot of heavy lifting for a little while. Alright, Big Luck Brian over here picks up a couple
he's
of bananas.
He's buying the bananas, alright?
This is how I play Harambe. I buy early bananas. I know a lot of people don't. I still buy the early bananas.
I'm telling you, it's one more expense. Harambe is basically the ultimate Excel spreadsheet character in terms of getting your books right. He is extremely difficult to manage your money on correctly.
Maths are important with Harambe. NA math is not kind for anybody who follows
Now-
Cinderin and Sons fan.
I will say, you know, that first banana, he could get really lucky here on bot bananas and get and you know luck sack into an epic or legendary one. But more often than not, he's just gonna get a crappy old standard ass meal, and it's gonna be a nothing burger for this game that he will have paid 6 gold for, plus you know the options to buy other things during those turns.
I gotta say, Big Luck Brian's winning my heart here. You know, last game we had that really exciting Tesla radio kind of guillotine stacking build. Now we're going for Harambe. I gotta cheer for Big Luck Brian. He's swinging for the fence, and I love to see it.
Well, me too, because he's playing Harambe. All right, how can you not root for the Harambe? All right.
Oh, that was so close.
I tanked my MMR playing Harambe. Okay, I'm never coming back from where I've been with that guy.
Okay, I like CK. Took 3rd place last game. Now coming back for the Wong again. And I play a good amount of Wong. I really like Wong, but Wong is hard. He's hard to pull off.
No, Wong is great. Wong is great. You put the items in sequence, you win. All right. You know.
How many Wong wins do you have here?
It's a layer cake.
That's what I want to know.
It's a layer cake.
How many Wong wins do you have?
What you want to know is irrelevant to this situation.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Obviously Zulu quite good for Wong. I like what I'm seeing here in the sense of the yin yang. You could put the Zulu in here to just get like double procs, but I think the idea that he's going with is he wants to make sure this unit survives, get some CC. Okay, as I say that, changes it up. He's going for the super low cooldown yin yang, which I like a lot. The Zulu necklace probably isn't going to do much damage, but it just makes sure that he's able to keep this unit going.
I'll tell you what, you have no concept of the Zulu necklace, you know. The Zulu necklace is way better than you give it credit for.
It's extremely good, but that's the problem right here, is it's a witch, right? You need the mana to be able to pull this off. It's a witch. It's probably not going to be hitting multiple targets very frequently. If you can find a way to get radius on it, maybe the lunar reactor to get some extra radius, then maybe that's hitting multiple targets as arranged. Or this could become an assassin. So we'll see what they kind of do with that long term. But it's very good on Wong. There's no doubt about it.
I think you just, you know, you're just being a Wong fan today. Wong is great when he works right. Everybody knows it, but he's not a challenge. He's not like Harambe, okay?
I think you need to play more Wong.
Dessert.
Wong can be pretty
We're gonna
hard to
see the
pull
first dessert coming out of the hopper here real soon. And the question is he gonna eat it when it's offered, or is he gonna wait until he's got 2-3 for the better rarity chances?
Yeah, I would personally definitely wait for that epic, but that's gonna be a really interesting thing. And right here he isn't going the maths build, right? He's not just going straight. He does have a level 3 shop already, so that is really interesting. He already have ults unlocked as Harambe. That is uncommon.
Here's the thing. It is uncommon, but with Harambe I can see, because the thing is Harambe can use ults better than almost anybody else due to the bananas, because the desserts will give you all the mana you need to cast. You want to run 4 ults on a character, you can do it in Harambe land.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at ults, right? If you were going to go for a full ult build here, what would you really go for? Why do I see Flamethrower bookmarked? Somebody must have that bookmarked. Interesting. I mean, Guillotine could be in the pool if you're trying to go for
early Guillotine is one of the most beautiful things in the world. If you can get Guillotine early, combine it with some other things, you know, it can become disgusting. I think Guillotine is actually one of the most underrated things.
So I really love Orca Fossil Juicy, going for that. It's gonna be really, really fun. Probably not something I'd try to do with Harambe, but yeah, we don't really have, I mean, Mammoth Fossil could be really good. We don't have a ton of like crazy scaling ults. Bazooka's out of the pool. Tesla Radio's out of the pool. Boxing Gloves, if you were going for some crazy right-click caster, is out of the pool. So it'd be really interesting to see if we're going for some crazy scaling ults, but I'm not really sure.
Like, you see the situation right now. Brian's got a banana in pool for 1G.
He is locking it, so I think
he's locking it. Yeah, so we think we're gonna execute next turn. Yeah, we'll see though.
Yeah, could be big. Could be big. All right, up here, Nubby and Zinyu on win streaks for sure, and both of them running this Celtic club, doing some pounding. Okay, I like what I'm seeing here with the Zulu necklace, Lunar Laser, Zulu necklace, and the Philosopher's Stone coming out from over here on Zinyu.
I love those that can smile in trouble.
Listen, I told you know, for as much crap as you talk about Zulu Necklace, you see it on all these kits. You know why? Because it's freaking amazing.
I've never
Zulu
said
Necklace
it's not bad.
is good at 1 point, okay, and great at 9 points. That's the thing. There is never a point in the game where Zulu is not good. It's good on 0 pips. It's good on 9. You know, it's an incredible thing.
And Big Look Brian did say more shop slots equals more bananas. I totally agree with that.
It does, but you've got to, you know, again, you have to. Making that choice early is very, you know, again, you're putting yourself behind in different ways, right?
And I do want to make something very clear. If we're ever saying something about someone's build, we're never criticizing. It's curiosity, right? I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what they're doing, and that's one of the things I love about this game, because I do things a certain way, and then I see someone else do something a different way. Like, for instance, DBGBOH, right? The dog. He does things wildly different than me or really anybody else, and a lot of times I'm like, huh, what is that? And then he ends up blowing my mind with how amazing it is. So,
No. It's important we state that. You know, we're just two guys with our own thoughts. You know, we're certainly not trying to critique anyone's play here.
it's true.
Moreover, understand it and put it in our own contextual decisions. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at.
All right, so over here, Rock Party does have the lunar laser going. I'm not sure if he's hunting for like a Zulu's necklace or something to really enable that with this build. I see like the top hat lunar laser, so that really makes me think maybe he was trying to go for some hybrid right-click caster and just kind of holding these items for the potential for them to come online later. Chris Blade trying to probably get that to super, either whether wants to go for the max mana or just go for the attack speed early for a little bit of damage. And so the pirate flag is a really interesting item in the sense that it's not really good on a typical right clicker unless you get it to juicy, and then it becomes insane. So gonna be really interesting to see kind of where this character goes from here. On Abraham, you're kind of just relying on things to get, you know, very high levels, and it's gonna be interesting to see kind of where that ends up.
You know, just a lot of interesting stuff coming out of these skirmishes today. I'd love to see Harambe make a showing. You know, you know, it hurts. I'm a big Harambe guy. You know, for those of you out there watching at home,
Harambe
I always try to make
has
this guy
the
work.
chance to come back,
He's
for
just
sure.
he's just a real. He's bananas. Hey, there you go.
All right,
Somebody
so
had to say it.
right now Harambe's got max health, max regen on a right clicker. Obviously not probably what he was looking for, but it could end up still
pretty good.
being big. I mean, health is never a bad
Like
thing,
that's
right?
an epic one. That's an epic one. And you could, again, Harambe's moves, they all combine so well with other things. Like that, so now you can combine max health abilities if they're in the pool. You just have to be constantly conscious of like what your Harambe buffs can bring you with the current pool of goodies.
And we also got
And it
the
can be-
guillotine coming out as well.
Yep. Yeah. I love guillotine. It's amazing.
Yeah, and just one thing I love about the guillotine is you can throw it on anybody just to spice it in your build, and you can always move it, and it carries the stacks over.
Yep.
So you can build those stacks early on anybody and move it over to another character later.
I do that. What I'll normally do is I'll start it off on a caster, and then I'll move it to, you know, a Zulu tank later on, for example. Just relevant for this game.
All right, so
Maybe I'll give this Zulu tank like a plague staff or something too. You know, really.
Nubby, looking for the perfect game here in Game 2 of the Catchy Cup qualifiers. Looking like it could actually get upset in this one right here, as Zinyu is doing
think
some
so?
work.
Yeah, that's definitely happening.
Yeah, that's a bit of a caster's curse. We just talked about the
Pineapple
perfect
does
game going,
not
and then
belong
instantly it
on
ends. So
pizza.
my apologies there, Nubby.
I mean, Marks is already 4-4 though, so and we're 4-4 on round 10. So Marks is getting ready to do a lot of economic things.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Mark's going to ramp pretty hard, so that's going to be interesting to see kind of where this ends up. He's already got level 4 leader, and when that gets level 5, things can get really insane. So, all right, we haven't talked a lot about Dog this game. Dog going for a Mason Chain, Viking Runestone, Tesla Coil, Trojan Shield. So this is a really crazy build because the Tesla Coil can get applied from both the Viking Runestone reflect damage and the dot that Trojan Shield applies, as well as obviously the Mason Chain. So this unit,
I mean, if you notice, the Viking Runestone also has that optional pulse, which he also selected. So that also triggers the Tesla Coil. That's one of my favorite Runestone perks.
Begin.
yeah, it can be really, really strong. And the Mason Chain, no longer disarming the caster could possibly even give him a chance to do a little bit more damage. I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think you really want that in a lot of cases, because then it more focuses you on one target instead of hitting multiple. So probably not going to go that. Probably will go the armor steal. Oh, Cleopatra. Cleopatra, can they pull this one off? Looks like
Unfortunate.
dog going down again. So Rock Party, then Big Luck Brian. Big Luck Brian trying to kind of make this Harambe work still. I'm pulling for him, I really am. So gets the attack range and cast range. So now suddenly this unit can be kind of more of a bit of a backliner. But I think the big problem is, how does this unit stay alive? The Satan Hu helmet, I maybe pronounced that correctly, obviously helps the attack speed coming out from there. There's a lot of attack speed, a lot of lifesteal, but this unit doesn't really have a lot of damage yet. The Pirate Flag just being level 3, you know, there's a lot to figure out. But with Harambe, you can maybe get that damage from the Harambe buffs, so that's also potential there.
Yeah, but you can never count on anything with Harambe. That's the real. So we don't know where this next banana is going to take him. Could be great. Could be nothing.
That can be said for
And all the while, you gotta worry about these other guys who are working on things that don't require banana luck.
I think we can all say that, right? None of us know where the banana is going to take us.
It's so true. It's that Harambe life.
All right, CK
And again,
was,
Brian, mad respect for you willing to play Harambe in an environment like this.
yeah, I tip my cap.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that. We got some bananas Foster. Or a banana cream pie. Oh god, that feels so bad. He re-rolled and he got the commons. Oh my god, I've been there. I've been there so many times, and it's a gut punch.
It is a gut punch.
Like
sure.
that's when you know. That's when you know that Harambe is unfortunately not going to make it out of this one.
Hey, never say never. Never say never. You know.
I'm not saying we're commentating the game. All right, you know, this is like, you know, if it's game 7 and Cade Cunningham misses a few shots, you know, it's.
Who knows? Maybe next round we'll see 5 pirate flags come on and turn this thing around. When my back's against the wall, you know what I always go for? Send boat. I'm telling you, send boat.
Yeah,
is where
boat's
it's
good.
at.
Boat's very good. It's a high quality thing.
Send your units in there and just see whatever the hell happens.
Begin.
Yeah, you know, I should be watching the whole game, but I've been locked over on Harambe's screen over here.
Yeah, Zinyu is on quite the win streak over here. Looking pretty solid in this one too. Looks like I'm not going to cast Caster's Curse from this time.
Pineapple does not belong on. You cannot mimic the maestro.
Did my beauty distract you?
I just realized that Leonardo's talking about pineapple not belonging on pizza. I am a pineapple pizza believer. I know you are not really, Brother D, but
You don't even mention it in my presence.
I'm
That is
a big time pineapple on pizza believer.
It is absolutely ghastly and a true insult to the artistry and craft of what pizza is.
Oh, hey, Harambe won one. Big Luck Brian got the win. Maybe a little bit of stabilization. He went for the send boat. I love it. I love it. Let's go. Maybe he actually had that last round and that led to it. I don't know. People keep stealing your shit. That always happens to me on... I can never... Whenever I try to mana stack on Wong, it never works out because everyone just is going Lunar Laser. I swear, every time I'm not trying to run Lunar Laser, there's like 18 in the pool. And every time I try to run it, there's none in the pool.
Do carry on.
Alright, Rock is on his last legs here, so let's see if he can turn this one around or this ends up going out. Like, yes, oh, wow. Okay. That was a little filthy. Rock Party does get knocked out here. Big Luck Brian dropping that one.
Oh my gosh, you know it hurts. We can really see how this one's coming together, can't we?
Yeah, that unit unfortunately is not quite where it needs to be at this stage in the game, but I'm holding on a little bit of hope. I hope that Big Luck Brian can turn this one around. We do over here have Dog on the DBGB OH, looking strong. I mean, the Viking Runestone level 5. When that gets up to the second super, I would guess he's going for the damage ignored and reflected. I don't think he needs a mana for anything.
Oh,
so.
look at this. We just got a big roll on the Harambe.
Let's see what we get.
You missed it.
I did.
We
miss
got a
it.
big dessert.
Okay.
I didn't see what he picked. It was a legendary one.
Damage, lifesteal, and magic armor. That is a really big one. Suddenly, this
It is.
unit has significantly more damage than they had before. Trying to get for the second super on the boat, which would probably be the toughness, I would assume. That's a pretty big one. All those units get on the boat, and then they come out of the boat with 35 toughness, which just means they're just that much less likely to get CC. All right, these units in the back line trying to do some work. It's looking a little bit spooky, but maybe. Yes! Big
Cheeky
Luck
little
Brian.
upset.
He's in here. He's in here. Let's go.
Tiger, awaken!
How you feeling, Brother D, with this Harambe still in the pool?
I feel, well, you know, I'm always hoping for Harambe, okay? But you told me to cool it. Basically, all of us Harambes in chat have had this feeling where you think you might come back, you get the thing, but in reality it's too late and you've already lost. You just don't know it yet. And we've all been there. We've all been there, and I think this is one of those cases.
All right, this is a big one. What are we going to go with the poison? I think this is one of the few where any of the three can really, really be good.
Yeah. Well, that one, in this case, in this situation, I would have taken the toughness.
So Dispel's enemies can be really, really big. You can take off things
50%
like...
toughness when we've got the Statue of Liberty and the boat. It's really helpful for making sure that they stand still while our big people do the work. You know what I mean?
I do agree. I really like that one. I mean, I like all of them. I like them all. Dispel could be really, really big, too. Let's see what kind of comes out. All right, it's looking a little bit spooky here. He does get the backline, but Orca Fossil up immediately. That feels so bad, but honestly, this could maybe still work out. It's looking pretty good for him. He's trying to pull this off, and I think the upset might possibly happen. It's getting stuck on an Ankh, but I still think we're doing it.
Cheeky little upset.
Ooh, Harambe, let's go. Okay, dog going out. We do have we had Zinyu with a huge win streak for a while. Now Zemio with a win streak going. So the X's are
My
at the top of the board right
masterpiece,
now.
complete, juicy, juicy.
Oh, did you just see that? 2 pirate flags came out and skipped on him. I don't think it's always tempting to me. I'm like, do I really want to go for that juicy?
You know, I hate Pirate Flag. I hate it.
It's so good.
Pirate Flag is a trap, all right? Because it's great. It's great once it's 9, but until then, I think you're paying a tax for it.
Okay, it's one of the best level 3 abilities in the entire game. The break, like you just throw that on a caster, they jump.
Yeah,
the
break is
line.
great.
Break is great. It's so good at level 3. See, that's the thing. It's one of those. It's either you leave it at 3, or you try to get it on a juicy, and there's no in between. Go back to Big Luck Brian. Oh, it does come in, doing a little bit of work here. Season's coming out.
Yeah, Wizard, I'm not arguing level 3 Pirate Flag. We all see the value in that.
Oh no, he's caught on the gem. Oh no, I think he's eliminated.
Oh, see, Catchy, I hate to say I called it.
Yeah. He got caught on that gem. It was so potential.
That's the thing. You got to feel like this. They're always going to have something to... The first time you get like a crazy cracked out, Harambe character, you're like, yes! And then you realize that there are so many other checks and balances that make it irrelevant. And you're like, well, damn, I'm not going to play Harambe for a while. And then you come back to playing Harambe a few games later.
True.
It's the circle of life.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate getting caught on that hope. I think Big Luck Brian felt more like Bad Luck Brian in that one.
Well, we still got a quite an impressive game here. The Newton is still up here.
Yeah, second place.
Building Newton is always, we can see very clearly how the Newton's being built. Yeah, very nice.
So Newton is crazy. If you get that leader to level 5, it's like, what in the world? Every now and then,
it
basically
can
just
be.
guaranteed
It
win
can
a
be.
round. It's just every now and then you just win the round.
But isn't that just like that's a really bad ability if you think about it? Like you might win.
I'm not a fan of that personally in the game. This looks pretty tough for Wong. He does have the Sphinx Scaler in the background, but okay, maybe.
I think chat's right.
Dude, wait. This is so next level. He's got the infinite range Harambe's clown. That thing is crazy.
Bro, I think chat's right. Boots are really showing up as the big. Boots are the big winner today.
Yeah, I mean, it was in my list. I think Boots was Tesla Coil and Boots were the two things. Mason Chain, Tesla Coil, and Boots were my three things that I was looking for to be huge today. Yo, CK, this build... See, I've talked about the Hammurabi's Crown for this, like as the far left thing for Wong. I never thought about the fact that you could get global range. That's crazy, dude. That is so good. I've literally ran this exact build, but never got to level 5 leader, and then was like, yeah, maybe it wasn't so good. But that's the key. That's the secret ingredient I was missing, is that level 5 leader.
Secret ingredient.
Let's go.
Okay, watch Wong here. Watch TK. Just pops
I'm watching.
from the back line.
I see that.
This build is
Like the
crazy.
crane is doing something. It actually is really interesting to have that.
Like, this unit's nuts.
It is a nuts unit.
Look at this shit.
No, no, no.
That is actually really fun. I've not seen that before.
I love it. It is amazing. And see, like, it's really cool. I don't know if it's gonna win the game though. Like, I think there's a chance it can. Okay, never mind. He gets that Hammurabi's Crown to Juicy. Suddenly that relic power, that relic lifesteal. The problem with this that I see happening is if someone just deletes this unit instantly before they've really ramped.
Yeah, it's gonna. You know it's gonna happen too. It's gonna get CC'd one round and it's gonna get evaporated, and that's gonna be the last round for CK.
So, like, there's nobody that's really running crazy backline jump, though, that I've seen so far. I mean, we do obviously have drums, Napoleon boots, and things like that, but that unit is really in the far corner. So I think it still has a chance, honestly.
I mean, I'll give you this. It does have a chance.
Okay,
Can you
Dog
say
is probably the worst
juicy?
enemy for that. He does have the Juicy Persian Carpet, Juicy Zulu's Necklace, and the Mason Chain. I'm looking at the CK here. He's up against Cleo. He is caught on that gem a little bit, but I don't think it really matters, honestly. He doesn't care about that because he's doing mainly magic damage. Just chunking people left and right. This thing is nuts. And the craziest thing is, it applies break every time. So he's just crushing tanks with this thing.
All right, break is amazing. No one here is going to argue with you about break, okay? I don't know why you keep coming back to this.
I'm not saying anyone's disagreeing. I'm just saying that this thing breaks tanks. Whoa.
Juicy.
Okay, he goes the helmet. This is okay. This is actually pretty crazy. He swaps out the Plague Doctor's cane because the Plague Doctor's cane's not really doing much for him because he's in the back line, right? He now puts in a helmet that he's going to be reducing the cooldown of. He should have a 100% uptime helmet on level 1, where he just gets to sit there constantly unstoppable. And really all he cares about is just spamming Plague Doctor's Mask and Hammurabi's Crown. So that's actually a really, really big pickup.
You know, I think you're right, but I was thinking, you know, I don't know. You're right. The cane definitely made no sense there, given the proximity, right?
So the other one I could see is maybe throwing the Curse Visage over there, having a super low cooldown Curse Visage. If he gets this 7-second
Let's
cooldown
go.
and it's only a 10-second cooldown, he could just be spamming that, get a ton of barrier. That could be good too.
Oh, there's all kinds of ways to run. But look at this. Like, again, he's going to run into something, right?
Dog, I did say I thought Dog was going to be his worst enemy here. And it's looking like that might happen. Although this thing is doing work, dude.
I mean, he's only gets stronger as the match goes on. I mean,
2 + 2 is 4.
CK, you are doing it, and I love it. Dog is now on his last legs, looking a little bit rough. He can get this Mason Chain to a double super here. So we'll see if he goes for that.
you know, I think, you know, this is crazy, but I think Newton might be the favorite right now.
See, I agree, but I think CK, like Dog,
CK
walks
has a chance.
Newton
He
right
does.
now.
He's all eggs in one basket, and sometimes that works, and sometimes it don't.
So the worst case scenario for CK is that Newton gets level 5 and that asteroid falls and just kills him instantly.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That
Which
can
definitely
happen.
So yeah, that's a good point. The cane,
Yeah, cane regen is pretty good stuff. I've experienced it.
so outside of the pool, but I do
Let's
love
go.
the potential here for a lot of this. I think that Curse Missing, the level 6 with the Midas cooldown could be really good. All right, here we got the Newt versus CK. Oh, you're right.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you?
Wow. That's
my
crazy.
students an apology.
All right, I was pulling for CK there. I literally love that build, but Newton is
I told you, I have
force.
seen, I saw the Newtonian ways come together, and I decided to pick my my boy for this game.
Yeah, I mean, Napoleon Boots, Viking Runestone.
And yeah,
Newton
the
is
real
nuts.
story out of this tournament, I think, is Napoleon Boots.
Yeah, I mean,
If there was any question about these things, you can consider those questions answered, okay?
for sure. I think Napoleon Boots going in was going to look good, and it's looking even better than I thought, which I expected it to be one of the tops. It's so interesting that Dog, who I think is one of the biggest Napoleon Boots. See, I always thought Dog was mainly focusing on the Napoleon Boots, but it actually seems like it's the Mason Chain that maybe are what Dog really likes, and the Napoleon Boots are like secondary to the Mason Chain. But this Mason Chain Juicy is not super impactful for him because he's not really doing right-click damage unless... Okay, never mind. He does have the Zulu's Necklace that grants damage. So suddenly,
Begin.
that's pretty big. Let's watch Dog here and see what he does.
Yeah, we're watching it.
Mason Chain jumps to the backline, Zulu's Necklace, adding a lot of damage. This thing is doing a ton. Let's see here. It's Sammy. Oh, no.
Party's never finished, only abandoned.
What'd I tell you, D?
All right.
And also,
Dog's
listen,
officially
I am
out.
not willing negative outcomes into existence at all. I'm just trying to, you know,
You're just
we're just trying to get
prognosticating.
a top-level view of the state of play of the game, all right?
Prognostications, right?
If I could will things into existence, I would have willed Harambe to win, okay? But I can't do that.
Okay, this is the exact thing I was talking about before. We do have Kevlar Vest with the when bunker activates, 30% of your physical armor bonus to your team. And he has Riot Shield with the double Riot Shield value. So that thing gives 28 armor at the start of the round for 6 seconds. If the Kevlar goes off, it then gives basically your whole team an insane amount of armor, which is really, really strong. I really like that combo personally.
I didn't ask for an asteroid, okay? I just know that the asteroid... I know what the probability of an asteroid given a scenario is.
All right, so Celtic Club on here with the Mason Chain, walking up, just putting on the mirror to buy a little time. Mason Chain going in for the Celtic Club. Really interesting because no one's stopping him, so it's probably being interrupted, but it doesn't really matter. Mason Chain this one going down to the wire. All right, I'm not really hype casting this one. I wanted to give you a window B, but maybe the next one I'll do a little hype casting.
No, I don't want to get yelled at for saying somebody's gonna win.
All right, I'll hype cast.
Everybody's got a chance here, folks. Not really though.
All right, so that's an interesting point Kadris just brought up, is reflect, kill the boots.
Juicy.
The boots carrier with the mirror possibly. That could be really interesting. We do have the Tibetan prayer wheel coming out for significant damage amp on, which unit is this going on? On the boots. Okay, yeah, the boots obviously. Zinyu over here, Mason Chain juicied up, but what is going to handle this? So we do have a juicy bowling ball, maybe bouncing around a little bit on that. We do have the cooldown reduction, meaning that this bowling ball could maybe get multiple out. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting to see kind of how this plays out. We do have the grass cutting cord super, Hand of Ramsey super. There's potential here, but it's looking really tough because this Newton, the laws of physics can't be denied. All right, jumping in. I'm going to look at this from Zinnia's perspective. Mason Chain coming out in the front does a good amount of damage, but that backline Newton Napoleon Boots is doing so much, killing the tank. Everything's just falling on everyone's head. This is looking really rough here, but that Hand of Ramsey's maybe. Looking tough. Gas Cutter Sword, no, can't do it, but he will be alive for another. You think we got any chance? Anything you're looking for on this board that could turn the tide?
Science rewards the
Virginia?
curious.
Hey, you know, I've made my decree on this one, all right, and I'm pretty happy with it.
We do have the oil lamp. That is a piercing stun, so it goes through anything. We'll buy a little bit of time. It's going to be tough to see that. We do have to move this mask, so we can't
You know
silence
what the
ourselves.
issue is? It's boots. Boots are sick. Boots gotta go.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't think it's actually the boots. Okay, it
No,
actually
no,
was
the boot-
the gravity, but yeah.
It is the gravity. We know that. Okay, that's Newton. Newton's got the power of gravity. Everybody knows that.
Okay, we don't even have a level 5 leader, so there is no asteroids falling. That's one solace. Okay, we do have Oil Lamp with Ankh or Fossil. There's potential there. There's potential there for some hard CC. This is in the backline, so maybe it catches this Newton. And no, it's just stunned up. Everybody's just dropping. This is just... Ooh, that
And
was...
a well-spent day
Not a
brings
chance,
happy
not a
sleep.
chance.
So a
Zemio with
life
the
well
win.
used brings happy death.
All right, so let's look at the board real quick to give these point totals. Big Look Brian, 7th again. Resonance in 6th. Or let me go from the top down, actually. That'll make this a lot easier. Zemio, Zinyu with 7. Dog. Right here with 5. Nubby with 4. Okay, point totals are updated. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Zemio now in first place, just edging out the DBGBOH with 2 points. Zemio now in the lead. That's big. Zemio, do you want to hop in Discord for a second and talk while we get the next game up? Say a couple of words. I'm getting the next lobby up. It will be the same password and CATCHY Cup 3. We're going into the final game. Let me just get the lobby up first. CATCHY Cup 3. Okay, sounds good. Zemio's going to type. If you want to just type in Twitch chat, Zemio, just give us your thoughts on that game. Obviously, a great showing. Great showing there. Making the Isaac look really good. That gravity was doing work. The Napoleon boots, obviously, doing a lot of heavy lifting. Just give us your thoughts on that game. All right, well, we get people in here. I'm just going to post in the Relic Arena that...
Yeah, post it up. This is it, right? So what do we got here going into the third? This is like game 7. This is a big deal.
It is a big deal. And honestly, this is pretty open. I think we still have... I think it's possible that Zinyu wins. Honestly, it's possible even CK wins. If Zemio takes last place, CK could slide in and take first place. I think we have 4 people with an actual shot at first place, but in all likelihood, it's really the top 3 that have a chance to take it all. So we're going to be looking at Zemio, DBGBOH, and Zinyu to really look for that top spot. So Zemio says, I mean, like everyone else said, boots are too strong right now. So yeah, but I really like Newton. Lots of possibility, even when the boots is banned. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to really disagree with it. Boots obviously look crazy strong. There's a lot of different ways to run them. You can run them with the more damage focused, with the monkey's paw. You can run them with mace and chain. You can run them enabling other leaders like Newton we just saw. So there's a lot of ways to make Newton boots work. I hope they don't get over nerfed because they're really fun. They're a really cool item, but it's a hard one to balance because it's obviously has a lot of stuff. CK, how long do you need for that? I could see if you need too long, we might just have to grab a stand-in. I think if it's under 5 minutes, I'm totally fine with it. If it's over 5 minutes, then we'll have to see. But do you think it's less than 5 minutes, CK? The anvil. You're talking about the anvil on Newton, right? That's what, level 4 leader? Yeah. Last game, guys. CK Dota just needs a brief intermission, and then we'll be starting
the
up.
last game. I'm looking forward to it. I've seen a lot of great play today out of our competitors.
Okay, sounds good, CK. We're going to be starting here in just a moment. Thank you guys for the follows. We are going to be doing this every week, with the exception of we need to talk about it, Brother D. Let's talk about it right now. So I was told that they are doing an official tournament the 30th and the 31st of this month. So it sounds like Relic Arena are going to be doing official tournaments once a month, roughly.
Okay.
So they're going to be doing it all weekend. So we could do one of two
we
things.
probably shouldn't, but we shouldn't bother getting involved with that. I mean, it's
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to do a weekend event when they're doing it. So one thing we could do is just skip the weeks that they do it. If they do once a month, we'd still do basically 3 per month, and we would just skip when the official ones are happening. Or we could just do it during the week, right? We could choose a weekday and just kind of push it off when that happens. I'm kind of open to whatever. I'm interested to get the community's thoughts as well.
yeah. Let's see how we can play it by ear. Let's see how things go.
Okay, so next week we will have the top 100. This is the open. Next week we're going to do the top 100. So we're going to grab 8 of the first 8 of the top 100 players who signed up, and we did verify that. I did ask in a Google form for evidence of the leaderboard that that they are in the top 100. So we're going to have only top 100 players next week, and then we're going to be kind of changing it up, doing some fun stuff as well. And all this does give qualifying points for the big Catchy Cup tournament in 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how things go. We're going to kind of, I think after like 3 weeks, we'll probably start ironing out the details on the official Catchy Cup tournament and get all that going. A lot of follows in chat, so thank you guys so much for that. Okay, we're ready. Everybody, are we good to go? We live? If you signed up, I'm just saying when you signed up, if you're top 100, I'm going to count that for now. I think it's close enough. Okay, I think we're good to go, guys. I'm going to start it up. Game 3, Game 7 NBA Finals, all the marbles.
This is crazy. This is the equivalent of a Game 7, all right?
Yeah. All right, here we go, guys. Ban those boots. I'll do my best. It would be really cool if in private lobby you could set bans. I don't think you can, but that would be fun to do. All right, boots are in the pool. Rough. Okay.
Let the Renaissance
Boots
live again.
in the pool. Game 5, TI, Grand Finals. Here we go. Somebody picked Da Vinci. I don't know who, but somebody picked Da Vinci.
Whoever we're looking at.
Zinniu with Da Vinci again. I think Zinniu is running Da Vinci every time.
The first item I see when the game pops, it's one we all know.
All right. So let's look at leaders right now. We do have a Beethoven. Rock Party with the Vladimir. Dude, Vladimir is actually a really crazy hero. And I want to say one thing real quick. I know that we only have probably 4 people who have a chance at top 1, but qualifying points, everybody's getting qualifying points for playing today. So depending on where people place, they still get qualifying points to lead into the Catchy Cup tournament. So just because someone can't take first place doesn't mean that there isn't weight to the game that they're going to be playing. All right, I'm looking at Big Luck Brian. I want this Harambe to make some stuff happen. Looking a little bit rough here. Another porcelain throne's going to come out. Not taking that one.
Salutations.
You know, the early game, you can see the late game in the early game. Pro once told me. It was a very, very deep statement. You'll notice the double. You know this guy. I love this guy. He sees Kevlar, he takes Kevlar. That's how you do it. That's how Kevlar should be done.
I'm a believer in that as well. I know some of the top players don't really prioritize it, which is crazy to me because for me, I'm with you there. You see Kevlar, you take Kevlar. Okay, Rock Party. I'm gonna just say this to you right now. Vladimir, Hand of Ramses. If you see a Hand of Ramses, pick it up.
Hand of Ramsey, that doesn't really get a whole lot of play. The Hand of Ramsey.
Hand of Ramses, Vladimir, Rock Party. I wanna just give you a little bit here, a little love. Get that item, put it on the hero. I promise you, it will go well for you. All right, so we do have Dog over here. Dog does pick the Wong. So Dog's played a new leader every single game. Love to see it.
I know, isn't that great?
All right, balloons up in the air. Going to still take damage from that poison. So unfortunate here for Big Luck Brian. I was really hoping that he could get a win on that one. really bad first early items, unfortunately. Congo drums, obviously a good item, but it does nothing for you when you only have one unit. So Rock Party does have the Hand of Ramses here. Right now, still a completely open pool. Hand of Ramses is an insane item on Vladimir in the sense that you have so much just disruption from your from the passive of the leader plus the Hand of Ramses. It's really, really hard to beat. It's probably one of the things that I struggle with the most right now is with the builds that I play. When someone gets a juicy Hand of Ramses on a Vladimir, I don't know. I don't feel like I can ever beat it.
You don't
It's
know?
really crazy.
You don't know? What do you think about the Harambe pick of this game again?
Dude, I love it. I mean, I love it, right?
I mean, going for, that's the best part. Everybody gets the catchy qualifier points no matter what, just from being here.
Yep, it's true.
I'm feeling pretty qualified myself right now.
All right, Harambe level 2 leader. So starting the ramp nice and early. I love to see it. All right, let's look at Big Luck Brian. What's he doing here? He's got the Aztec Zone with the barbed wire. Maybe gonna be able to take this one. I'm hoping. There we go. All right. I just want to see Harambe make it late. I want to see a late game Harambe this game. That's all I want. I promise I'm never rooting against anyone. I just want to see a
Yeah,
late
I'm
game
definitely
Harambe.
not. But, sometimes people interpret it that way. I can't, but I'm definitely... I want everybody to have their great vision of a wonderful game. You know what I mean?
All right, so Zemio, first place in the leaderboard right now, but actually second last right now in the actual game. But he does have the Viking Runestone, Napoleon Boots, Tesla Coil. You can't ask for much more, so I think he's going to start ramping up pretty well here.
A finer workshop.
Yeah, it's actually crazy.
A
Rock Party on the
much
bottom of the
darker
leaderboard,
craft.
top of the game right now. So looking for a big comeback here. Get those qualifying points. Okay, Nubby has the Hammurabi's crown. I always want to say Harambe because Harambe's in the game, but Hammurabi's crown plus the Plague Doctor's cane. But where are we getting the health from this unit? We have health scaling, but we need health, so we're going to need to see probably the Plague Doctor's mask come out or some other, like a seatbelt or something to get some life here. Big Luck Brian.
I am magnifico.
Selling the blood, as we say. Selling the blood, but he does have level 2 leader and level 2 shop, so he's got the econ game going.
Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci just told me pineapple does not belong on pizza, and I agree with him.
Strong disagree. Strong disagree. Chat, can we get some opinions here? What are you guys' thoughts on pineapple on pizza? All right, Rock Party does drop the first game. He does have level 2 Hand of Ramses, though. Let's see. Also, okay, Rock Party, I didn't tell you the second part of the Hand of Ramses. The Blade of Ramses is the second half. So I'm just going to give you another little sneak peek. Pick the Blade of Ramses. Just lock that and grab it. I promise you. I promise you, Rock Party, it's going to be in your favor.
Do carry.
I will be giving tips to anybody that's on the bottom two of the leaderboard in open games. In top 100, I promise I won't give anybody any tips. But if someone's on the bottom two of the leaderboard, I'll give them some sneaks. All right. Some sneaky tips.
Sneaky tips.
But when we get to the top 100, I'm not giving anybody any tips. Everybody's going to be doing their own thing. But
Yeah.
But the whole point of the open tournament, the open events, is more about growing the community, having fun with it. Obviously, there's qualifying points on the line, but yeah, I think this is the more fun one, the more one that we're just kind of having some fun with. We'll get sweaty next week, I promise. All right, we got Hammurabi's Code over here. We do have level 3 shop and level 3 leader coming out over here. So, Big Luck Brian is at 160 health, but honestly, his econ game's going really strong. Hasn't purchased any bananas, so he's just going full econ here. Full selling the
He
blood.
hasn't seen any bananas. Hey, it's great. It's Harambe, And I will always root for Harambe.
All right, so let's kind of look around. What is Dog trying to run over here on the Wong? He does have the lunar laser. mixed with the poison and the dinosaur fossils. Kind of standard stuff here. The poison's a little bit different, but I think he's probably just throwing that in until he gets something else. I'm a little surprised that we don't have Plague Doctor Mask instead of that. That's, you know, that's what I love about watching Dog play is I learned so much because I'm just thinking like how I would run things, and then I see what Dog does, and I'm like, huh. And then I learned something usually because he's kicking my ass. Rock Party's doing well. So it's interesting that he's not running the Hand of Ramses and the Blade of Ramses on the actual Vlad unit, but doing well. So what do I know? I'm not gonna backseat over here when he's doing so well. I'll let Rock cook. Nubby on the top of the Beethoven. That's good because Beethoven, I mean, I haven't played Beethoven, but definitely seems like a ramp hero to me. So being on the top this early seems good.
Well, Beethoven, you know, he's a roller. Okay, he gets cool stuff that can show up in his shop, and he basically you need to have lots of shop spaces. He's kind of like Harambe in that way. Once you have the shop spaces and the perks active, they can really chain together. He's a little bit more. You can play him a little bit more conservatively than Harambe, I think, but they're basically both casino heroes.
Big Look Brian starting to build out a little bit, so really interesting flamethrower coming out for him. You know, I don't really see a lot of the flamethrower. I really love the concept of the item, of the relic, but it just doesn't really get picked too much, and I've been wanting to try to run it and try to make it work. I love the idea of it, but it's really hard to make things like that work when units are so subject to just getting absolutely deleted. But I do, if he can cook with this, I will be so happy because I really want to see this this relic get used.
Who are you hoping cooks with what?
Well, of course, Harambe, but I'm hoping that the flamethrower, that he can do something with this flamethrower. Because I love the concept of the item. I've never seen someone
I love the flamethrower.
Do well with it.
Because it's always open. It's always open.
True. It always is open.
I have never seen anyone take that one.
I've seen people run it. I've never seen it like in a top 3 finish, I don't think. At least on a... Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this item on a top 3 finish. I really hope that I do, because I love the concept of the item. I've been thinking about running it. I hope it gets buffed, in all honesty. It's going to be a hard thing for them to buff, because it is, like, I mean, the numbers are really strong. It's mainly just the RNG of it, right? Like, you either proc or you don't proc. And at 15%, that's so low. I almost wonder if they could give, like, a +1 chance every level or something like that. Could be really helpful. But yeah, let's see. CK over here. He's got the
it's 20% if you want it, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, you know, it's an ultimate. Ramping an ultimate to level 3 is a little bit tough, but
It is.
Lunar Laser doing some work here. We do have Wong versus Wong, but it looks like the mana stacking over here for CK is doing pretty well with the Codex. So I shouldn't say mana stacking because it's really not mana stacking. He has no way he can regain mana. He can get relic power, but he's not really stacking the mana. But obviously Lunar Laser just does a ton of damage, so it doesn't matter. So Wizard Wilhelm says that Flamethrower is underrated. That's what I've been wondering. Like, the numbers look good. It's just like, it's one of those things where if you're not getting procs, it doesn't really do anything. So
Yeah, but if you're getting procs, you know, you can smash the other teams entirely, you know? So it's
All right, Harambe is really singing right now to me.
Yeah.
Picks up the
he's
bazooka.
a singer, all right.
Picks up the bazooka. Now, attack speed, bazooka, getting the 10% chance to shoot the rocket. I mean, it's a really, really fun build. It's a really fun build.
It is. I will not speculate on where I see this build in 10 turns because I'll get attacked for that. So
it's a super fun build. I love this build. I hope it works out for him, but I'm kind of with you on that one. It's tough. It's tough to make work. If he can pull this off, I'm gonna take my hat off 10 times to him. But it is tough.
I mean, that's the thing about Harambe. You have to work harder for everything.
Alright, looks like Wong CK doing work. He actually maybe... Oh, he gets stunned up here. He's going to take out the tank. Can he keep it going? The Plague Doctor's Cane getting a good amount of healing, but now that he's not hitting the tank, it's... Ooh, that was tough. Alright, let's look over at Rock Party here in a second when I'm able to.
Alright, let's take a look at him. We got a Vlad here.
My throne is built upon corpses.
No, Vlad be Vlading. He's using your advice, Catchy. You feel responsible for this man?
Yeah, I do. I'm also going to say Rock Party. I would personally run that as an assassin. Personally. Run it as an assassin and maybe get a little tank here. Let me see here. Mask is in the pool, so I shouldn't say anymore. All right, I've already given a lot of tips, but Mask is really good with this too. Okay, that's the last thing I'll
Do
say.
carry on.
Mask is super good. I love how when the game ends, it says "do carry on" every time we kind of get the catchy tips over here. Nubby is looking really strong right now. We're running the Statue of David, which honestly I don't see getting picked up a lot. Every time I run it, I feel like it's a little underwhelming, but the numbers look really good. What are your thoughts on the Statue of David?
I love the Statue of David. It is one of the sickest things juicied up. The only problem is, you know, a lot of the times when I'm looking at ults these days, you know, I'm more of a shot block to 2 guy. So when I'm in the market for ultimates, I want something with crowd control, and it doesn't offer that. So I don't know. I just don't see the motivation for it a lot of the time. But it is always, you know, if I look at the pool and there's 17 out of 18, yeah, I'll start grabbing them.
All right.
I like to have it, and the Juicy's crazy. The Juicy, you know, keeps it on the board indefinitely.
All right, let's talk about Harambe real quick. Harambe is at level 5. He does have level 2 bazooka, so let's see what he's kind of going for.
Oh yeah,
here.
and he's got a tier 4 shop too, so he's basically ready to start chain rolling nanas.
Yep. So we do have the F1
The problem
rocket.
is, as you can see, look at the sacrifices that he made to get here.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, the huge sacrifices to
Do
get to
carry
this
on.
point. Let's see if he can pull this one off. I don't think this build is really going to ramp until we see level 3 bazooka coming out. How many stacks does it have? It only has 1 stack so far, so it's definitely still got a little bit of time in the oven before this is really but
I mean, that's the thing, yeah. Even in what I would call a casual tournament environment, which is what this is, right? Being 5 slots unoccupied against players of this caliber you're gonna get punished. And the bananas have to come through for you, and let's check the banana buff.
he's going to get his first banana
There
bread.
is no banana buff. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I
We
mean,
got
banana bread. Okay.
No, we got top tier banana bread. So there is hope.
Banana
There is
bread
actual hope, but it's, you know, it's rough. It's always rough because by the time you get it,
Okay, let's see what he goes
you're
here.
walking
Chance.
into juicies.
We got the chance on the flamethrower. So when he gets this bazooka, it's going to be a 10% chance to bazooka and a 20% chance to flamethrower. So, like, you know, one of those things will hopefully happen, right? Okay, we do get the level 3 Aztec Stone. I wouldn't be surprised to see the damage delay. No, he goes the Relic Lifesteal. Okay, he gets the Tesla Radio. That makes sense. He's going Tesla Radio.
Do carry on.
Oh, there's the bazooka. Does he sell for it? It's not going to get time for this one. All right, we do have the 10% chance coming out here. This bazooka will maybe start to do something here. It's still only on 1 stack. That just feels so bad. Last life. Big Look Brian here is on his last legs, trying to make this one work. Okay, Rock Party does have a max. Is he gonna lock for it? That's the item that we need. The mask. The mask. Oh, let's it go. So for anyone watching that wants to know kind of the tech for the mask, the mask, when you get the super here, the 20% chance to counter an attack, that gives lifesteal, blah blah blah. The idea behind the Blade of Ramses is that when you get hit 5 times,
Can you say juicy?
basically do Ember Sleight of Fist. You hit every target, you steal attack speed, you do damage, and the mask makes it so you have a chance to counterattack. So those work really well together because the whole point of the Blade of Ramses is you're trying to get hit, right? And then you're trying to get hit, and then you're also doing damage by hitting, you're life stealing, and the same works for the mask. Now the Hand of Ramses works into this as well because you can go the also attacks when being attacked. So it makes the whole point of this build is that when you're getting hit, you're reprising with damage as well.
Sure. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know, I still think that the whip is a trap. I've always thought that, but you know, hey, sometimes it's okay.
Yeah, so the thing about the whip is this is what makes the whip work. Also activates when being attacked. The auto attack whip just doesn't really work in my opinion, but the when attacking whip, in my opinion, is very strong.
Well, you know what? Harambe's still in it. On the bubble. I love it.
Ooh, yeah, I should have been watching that. All right, how did he pull that one off? Who did he fight?
I'll tell you this, it was close.
All right, so in my... Yeah, I'm not even going to say anything. I won't say anything on this. Let's see if he goes a Kevlar. Like, we need something to protect that Harambe unit. Right now, this Harambe is... It's not the auto attacker. We're looking at more of just like a hard tank Harambe. And so this is another interesting question. We have the 40% chance for attacks to bounce. If the attacks bounce, can they proc Flamethrower? Can they proc Bazooka? I believe they probably do. So Bert and anybody else listening, the lists are open. So you can sign up, and even if you don't get in the next event, you'll get in line for the event after that. So you can feel free to still sign up. I'm actually going to turn down my in-game audio a little bit. Sorry, I know we're missing some. I just don't want to be too loud here. Claw Machine comes out. Can Big Luck Brian pull this off? The Tesla radio. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. He won't lose here. He won't lose. Rock Party and him going head to head. Both on the bubble. Okay. Big Luck Brian will be on 9 life. Rock Party still alive here. Big Luck Brian going another dog tag. So this unit has potential here, right? Aztec Stone, dog tags. The problem with this is that this deals based on the enemy's health. So once you kind of get through the front line, Tesla radio without other damage elements can kind of fall flat in my opinion. But we're going to see, because it just doesn't do that much damage to non-tanks. But yeah, let's see. Okay, we get another one. Relic, Lifesteal, Mana Regen. Mana Regen does nothing, unfortunately. Okay, probably went for the banana bread, I'm guessing. Yeah. All right, so Dog over here on a win streak. Let's see what he's running with Wong. Lunar Laser. So Dog really values this poison, and I don't understand why. Clearly he's winning, so I'm very curious. Like, again, when I say this stuff, especially to a player of this caliber, I'm just trying to learn here. So I'm very curious why he's valuing this poison so much. Maybe it's just the cooldown reduction to have permanent uptime on the poison.
Yeah.
That's got to be what it is. The dinosaur
I'd like to throw that
fossils.
out there too, you know? It's a casual tournament, and I'm just talking off the cuff here. I'm certainly not telling these people how to play.
Okay, Big Luck Brian does go out, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, well,
Harambe.
you know, the fate of Harambe, I know it well. You know how you...
Could write a book, The Fate of Harambe.
I am like level whatever on Harambe, okay? I play all Harambe, and I know the feeling.
Harambe
is the best. He's able to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory.
I mean, it
quite
goes
often.
both ways, but yeah, either he can do one of those things for sure. All right, let's look. CK is kind of at the bottom of the pool. Looks like he might be trying to make this Hammurabi's crown work again. It looked really good last game until it didn't. So that's going to be kind of the interesting thing. The problem being is that this character clearly just hasn't really worked out as I think he wanted. Probably just hasn't gotten the Plague Doctor's masks, because I'm assuming he would have been going them if they were in the pool. Or maybe not. I don't know. But either way, I mean, Juicy Lunar Laser is crazy, right? The problem being he doesn't have a lot of mana. But let's see kind of how this plays out here, as he's pretty close to getting eliminated. Mason Chain doing some work in the front line. A lot of units going down, but this Wong is starting to cook. He's getting up here. Let's see if he can pull this off. The Hope, Gemma Hope doing a little bit of work, creating space. Units going down. I think he's going to win this one.
Yeah, but well, you know, quietly, there's been some quiet Newtoning up there, okay?
I don't know if it's been very quiet, okay? Gravity...
It's been pretty quiet. It's been pretty quiet.
I guess we haven't talked about it a lot, which is, you know, Zemio is first place on the leaderboard. So if he takes a top 2 finish, I think he just wins. No, actually, if he's... We could have a tie, actually. If he takes second and Dog takes first, they will be tied. But the win would go to Dog because he would have won 2 games. He would have gotten first place twice, and Zemio would only take first place once. So the tiebreaker does go to the person who has the highest average placements, which would go to Dog with 2 first places.
You know what I will say, what I'd really like to see today is that we've had all kinds of different leaders in these games, all right?
That's true.
We could have gotten here and seen 8 Cleo. Yeah, there's not even a Cleo in this game, if you can believe that.
I'm not going to get to the hype casting until we get to some of the later rounds. Right now, we're just doing some fun analytics. Newton clearly doing some work over here against Nubby. No one even dropping. Newton's just, man, looking really strong. Shockingly, Napoleon Boots still looks good.
You know, we didn't know about Napoleon Boots before this game, so you know, definitely coming in under the radar pick here.
Yeah, it definitely hasn't been wrecking all of my pubs for sure.
Never seen those boots before today. Never seen them used.
Okay, so Lunar Reactor over here, giving the max mana is pretty big because that obviously makes the Lunar Laser do a lot more damage. I know Dog over here, the DBGBOH, is looking for Wong to get eliminated because he wants those Lunar Lasers. Now, Wong, or CK over here, doesn't need to worry about Dog because he already has that maxed and he's not really competing for anything. And I don't think him and Rock Party are sharing anything. Maybe Resonance, but not really. Honestly, I don't know what CK is really searching for to really complete this build. He's already got the Lunar Lasers. He's already got the Plague Doctor's Cane juicied. There doesn't seem to be any super big things that they're chasing, which is not a good sign for this to continue too much further. Oh, that Orca Fossil coming in the back line. That's such bad news for CK. Oh, man. These are starting to add up. This could still get turned around possibly, which would be a big upset since Nubby is doing well.
Things are getting kind of weird out here.
Oh, man. This is getting really tough here. Okay, CK is alive, but Rock Party does get eliminated. Was not able to fully get this build going. Rock Party does take second. But hey, Rock Party's on the board now. Does get a point. So good news for Big Luck Brian, though, in that Big Luck Brian went out last this time, so only 2 points. But so this will end up with Rock Party getting 1 point, Big Luck Brian getting 2 points to get the bottom two. So we have that completely filled out here. Zinyu, who was in third place on his last legs, he still has a chance to take first place if he can turn this game around, but it's not looking great. He's going to have to pull off something big here, but he does have the Juicy Monkey's Paw with Napoleon Boots and the Persian Carpet, so there's a lot of potential there.
There's potential there.
All right, Kevlar Vest, also fully kitted Kevlar Vest could be big. Let's see what Zinyu can do over here. This backline caster going down, but that won't really matter.
Fully kitted Kevlar?
Ooh, this is looking pretty good. Looking pretty good over here. Ooh, that does mean Resonance does. Oh, no. That was a ghost. Oh, no, never mind. CK.
Have you seen what fully kitted Kevlar can do? There's nothing better than frontlining fully kitted Kevlar and just dumping the jet fuel on the opponents, man. It's such a nice zinger.
So it's interesting. I don't really value it that high, in all honesty, but I mean, it's definitely good. Let's see how much damage that actually did. I'm really curious.
Yeah, Resonance, GG. The Newtonian ways.
Yeah, GG Resonance. It's tough. I'm looking at Zinyu, and I'm like, oh, I want to hold out. Didn't even realize that was going to knock Resonance out of the game. So, but I do really want to see the top spot still be competitive. So, I mean, Zemio and Dog are obviously the two favorites to win right now, as they're both at the top of the leaderboard and at the top of this game. But Zinyu could definitely. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Sorry, Zinyu cannot win because Zemio is guaranteed to get points. So yeah. Unfortunately, Zinyu, you cannot take first place, but I think you could still possibly get second. It's, I think, still a possibility here. And second still does give a lot of catchy points. Zinyu looking a little rough right now. A little rough. Zemia is looking really strong here, but then again, this Kevlar is still in the pool. Oh, the gravity.
There it is.
The gravity.
There it is.
Oh, it's so close. Okay.
Here we are.
Zinni's alive.
Here we are, top three.
Top three. Zinyu just holding on by a thread here. All right, I think I might have to start hype casting now that Nubby's been out and we're in the top three.
Yeah, go ahead, hype it.
What are you looking for, Dan?
You know, what am I looking for? I mean, I have my own predictions about what's going to happen here. Nothing really radical, actually. This is another game dominated by boots.
Yeah, if you like Dora the Explorer like my daughter, then you're familiar with Boots. Boots is one of my daughter's favorite characters. So
now I will say, I actually think Dangerous Biker Gang Boss is gonna be the eventual. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, I think they've got the juice. They've got the sauce lined up.
So this is crazy to me because to me, like, this doesn't look like the craziest Wong.
It doesn't.
But
It doesn't
he is
look like
doing
much, but it
work
gets the
with
job done.
He's doing work with it, so it really just shows, like, this is what I love about watching Dog, but then again, this Newton, this gravity.
But see, okay, Newton Boots. Newton Boots is just silly.
This poison, though, dude, look at this poison. It's doing
I'm
so
looking at the
much
poison.
work. Oh, Dog, okay. All right, I didn't actually hypecast that one, but look at how much damage that poison did. 4,000 damage, my God.
I told you. I think Wong's got this.
And Zinyu does go out there. I wasn't even watching. Sorry, Zinyu. We off-screened. I should have been watching you, but we did drop Zinyu in that one. So we are in the top 2. We are officially either going to have Dog or Zemio as the winner of this event. All right, who do you think's taking this one? That looked pretty close, but that poison did so much work.
No, I think at this point, I think if you can beat that's the thing about Newton, right? Newton has a strategy that is very effective, but if you can beat that strategy, then you got him. That's it. So you know they got to get the ball down the field, okay?
So okay, let's look at this. Look at this real quick. We got Inca chestplate, 1 away from getting the global buff. That's a pretty big one. Gain the full effect. It's undispellable. And the poison, is he going to dispel on the poison? Yes, he is. So that would take that off. But the poison is physical damage, so that doesn't really mean the most. All right, so right here, Napoleon Boots coming into the back line. They're not prioritizing that caster, though. That one caster is going to do a lot of damage.
They're not.
But then again, a lot of health on all these units, but the poison is just going to whittle them down.
But the caster has to beat that whole team, and it can.
Oh, man, it just can't.
And it can.
It just can't. All right.
Whew.
Dog is looking strong right now. This poison is shocking to me. I'm every day's a school day, Dan.
I know. Hey, that's why I come to these events. That's why the Catchy Cactus Tournament Series has consistently been one of the best in the business, and that's why I'm going to be here every week. You'll see things on this grand stage that you won't see anywhere else.
The biggest players on the biggest stage.
That's absolutely right.
I want to shout out GWAR, a favorite of the channel, for that quote. The Every Day's a School Day. He I don't want to say I learned it from him, but he did make me feel the weight of that phrase.
It's a great phrase. We have great games here. This one's, this was a nice little series. I'm really happy to be here, and a great turnout too. A lot of great people.
Great. Thank you,
Talking
everybody.
shop. Talking Relic Arena. What more do you want on a weekend? Honestly, nothing.
All right, Zemio trying to get into that backline, but once again struggling. The CC does come out. Napoleon Dude's doing a little bit of work, but not too much, not enough. This caster just killing everyone with this poison. The Lunar Laser does come out. Those chickens are still alive and kicking. So Zemio, you're gonna need to try to find some way of changing this up to get on that backline, and that's part of the problem. Is this?
It's not happening. I told you can't. Newton's not a character where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do something different now.
It seems like Dog just has an answer for everything. This Head of Hypnos is actually, this is kind of the low-key goated part of this build, is that Napoleon Boots is jumping in. Even though he has the helmet, he's getting CC'd for the entire duration of basically that Newton Boots. This is a 4.5 second piercing stun, and this is kind of, when you get to this caliber of game, they're thinking of everything, right? You're jumping into the back line, you think, oh, I'm unstoppable, but you're actually not. And that's what makes Relic Arena so much fun to me, is that it's always this cyclical logic, right? You think you have an answer, no, they have an answer, then you come back, positioning, all these things mean so much. And that's what makes it fun to watch, fun to play. I love it.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the reason we're all coming back to Relic Arena day after day, That's why we're here. Love of the game,
All right, Zemio, can anything change, or is this going to be another drop here? The Napoleon Boots actually, okay, no, he does get stunned by that Head of Hypno. Getting into the backline, getting close, but still not reaching that backline caster. Now the Tommy gun. Has he had that Tommy gun the whole time? I just didn't realize. This backline Tommy gun cannon, he's adding a little bit of extra CC.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of vim and vigor to really rally this thing out. You know what I mean?
For some reason, I thought you were just going to start quoting Mamba #5. A little bit.
I can if you want.
In my life. I thought that's where you're going with that.
Yeah, I really was, and I haven't thought about that song in 20 years. I don't think so. But I'm glad you are.
On the
Glad you are.
field. A little bit of lunar laser is all I need. Very serious event here. Very serious things going on. Okay, anything that's going to change. I'm not seeing anything like, in my opinion, something like a Persian carpet or something to just jump in the back line and eat that head of Hypnos could be big. But then again, you also got to worry about that Tommy gun. That Tommy gun's doing a lot of CC too, and that's piercing CC. The cannon does pierce, I'm almost positive of. So that's a really big deal, is that like this Napoleon Boots needs to run around, needs to find a way to do damage, especially on the backline caster, and it just hasn't happened so far. The taunt does come out in the front. That's a little bit of a change up here. Napoleon Boots is getting a chance to run through. Gravity's hitting the backline. He does it. Zemio takes a game. All right, we're still competitive here. We're still competitive. Let's go.
Yeah, it's asteroids, you know? We're playing asteroids.
I'm wrong. The boxing gloves is actually from Dog. Okay, Dog ran the Ankh boxing gloves. I thought for some reason that Zemio had changed that up, but it didn't. Something changed in the positioning that allowed that Napoleon Boots to run free. I'm not sure what it was, but something changed. I'm trying to figure out like what really makes a big impact. The Holy Grail could be big. The Holy Grail Juicy could be big. I don't think Dog's going to wipe him out in one round. We are getting to the late rounds, but I still think that there's a chance. The Seatbelt, okay, actually, you know, the Seatbelt Juicy is pretty big. As long as the caster lives, their allies will be cleansed and healed 300 health every 5 seconds. So that could take off that head of Hypnos as well.
So many possibilities.
All right,
Here at the Catchy Classic 2026.
All right, Boxing Glove comes out. That okay, we got it. The Pulling Boots is running free, not having any issues. Gravity's coming out, doing so much work. My God.
Oh, there it is. Wow.
We got a game here, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is. There it is. You know, I really didn't think you could aim the boots that way, but you could see it happen there.
Yeah, so I think he just pulled the boots back a little bit. The tank's just right up front, eating a lot of that CC. Changing things up. I mean, that's you know, things look completely insurmountable, and then suddenly things change up and everything's a little different. So the dinosaur fossil level 3 or Juicy could be a big change up. Dog not really prioritizing going any more lunar lasers. Maybe he just thinks it's too late. Maybe he doesn't really value it. The Juicy on that is insane, but I do kind of agree that the next points don't really seem super impactful to me. And plus, he's really just utilizing this to try to reduce the cooldowns of everything else. The lunar laser is obviously Juicy now. That's pretty huge. Cast on all allies. But is there anyone else that's really giving a lot to? Not really. No one's really utilizing the low cooldowns outside of this main caster. So not the biggest Juicy. All right, Zemio. Can Zemio do it? Can Zemio complete this comeback? It's wild.
You know, I don't know.
We're
We're gonna see.
Jumping out. Dog tried to get the duel on the Napoleon Boots, didn't, and it looks like he's going to get another win here. This is getting really close. This is going to be basically a tie game here.
Yeah. It looks like the problem of the what we call the caster in the back problem has been solved.
So Dog now has to figure out how to change it. So the duel, he tried to get the duel on the Napoleon Boots. Obviously didn't happen. I mean, it's going to be really interesting. I think there's a number of things Dog could do. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to potentially sway anyone either way. I don't want to get blamed for a loss. I don't want to get blamed for giving someone a tip.
Yeah, don't say nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to say nothing.
This is clutch. This is what we call catchy clutch here over on Catchy Stream.
So, interesting here. Does he lock for the dinosaur fossil? He's pretty close to it. That dinosaur fossil could be a big thing. It's Medusa ult for anyone who doesn't know
yeah,
what
but
Dota is.
this might be the last turn.
I
know what I mean?
I know. Don't you know it? Don't you know it? He could sell. I mean, at this point, I don't know what, you know, I don't know if the crisp blade is making a huge impact, but that is a silence. So the Tommy gun silence could be actually kind of a big deal. All right, so we're going to look at Dog's perspective here. He could get wiped out in this round if he doesn't kill anything. So let's see if Dog can pull it off. All right, this duel is going to be huge. Let's watch this tank, see if the duel can come out. Oh, he duels. No, what is happening? He's not doing anything. This Napoleon Boots is running rampant in the back line. It's looking like this is all Zemio all day, and Dog might just be going out of the tournament. Boom.
It was a heck of a match.
Wow, Zemio. What a crazy final game there. The two Titans dueling it out. All right, so
Beautiful games today.
I'm gonna update the point. Zemio is definitely your winner. Zemio is your winner, so I'm gonna upgrade all these. Zemio with the back-to-back first place finishes is huge. Then who took third? Zinyu with the 5 points.
A lot of points getting tallied up here.
So leaderboard is updated. Let me, now that we have double digits, it's actually formatting a little worse. Let me pull this over. Let me just make sure that this looks good. So here are your final standings for the first Catchy Cup qualifying event. We do have Zemio in first place with 27 points. We do have the DBGBOH, the biker. Wait, do I have that in there wrong? No, Dangerous. Okay, yeah, Dangerous Biker Gang Boss of Hell with second place with 22 points. Zinio with 15, CK with 10, tied with Nubby with 10, Resonance, Big Luck Brian, and Rock Party at 1. So thank you everybody who participated. Thank you everybody who came out and watched. I had a lot of fun. What are your thoughts, Dan? Closing thoughts?
I think I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot, and we're gonna make this even better next week.
Yeah, I agree. Next week is going to be the top 100. It's going to get sweaty. It's going to get weird. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, Zemio, congratulations on being the first winner of the qualifiers. If I know you said that your English isn't great, so you didn't want to jump in chat with us, but feel free to type anything in chat there that you want. That was an amazing showing. Some really cool stuff. Obviously, Napoleon Boots is... I think Napoleon Boots won every single round, right? The winner ran Napoleon Boots every single time.
Dude, Napoleon Boots is just it's got to be stopped.
We saw some things. I mean, that head of Hypnos was looking really good until it wasn't, right? There was something that changed, and he couldn't get that head of Hypnos on that unit. There's things that can stop it, but it's hard to do, right? Napoleon Boots is, if you don't stop it, it's going to stop you. So
it's true. So true.
All right, well, that's pretty much it, guys. Any other closing thoughts, Dan?
I had a great time today, and I'm looking forward to seeing this bunch next week for an intense tournament.
All right, so to close it out, I am going to put the signups in chat real quick.